HBCU Overdrive is proudly sponsored by WeWorkForEverything.org. At WeWorkForEverything.org, this is for those who are trying to build for a dream with their latest hoodies, t-shirts, long sleeve shirts, and accessories and more. You can have it all here at a reasonable price. Black owned and operated out of the great state of New York. Like I said, get suited and booted. Check it out at WeWorkForEverything.org. Peace. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? How everybody doing tonight? How is everybody doing tonight? Let me see where my counterpart is. See if she about to be on here right now. Make sure she got the link. Anyway, we are here. We is in the building as always. Got my man Chuck Hunt as always coming in live and direct from Monroe, Louisiana. See who else we got up in here? We got a good crowd coming up in here. Good crowd coming up in here tonight. Make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you like the stream. And my boy Southbound coming in from the ATL. As always, what's going on? What's good, my brother? Let me see where she at. So we up in here. Like I said, we gonna continue this conversation. We got Swag Fan up in here. What's good? What's good? Yeah. There she go. There she go. What's goody?
Kay, how you doing?
I'm here.
My hat kind of crooked.
Oh Lord Jesus. See, that's why you gotta wear your hat backwards like
Got my Jackson State number 95.
Oh, you got Juice.
Juice.
You got
Shout out to Juice.
Shout out to Juice. Juice get the Draco.
He said we still here.
Juice said Juice get the Draco.
Yeah, he's gonna go on a terror this season. I'm gonna drop his website in the chat so that if folks want to go get Juice, which is I think he can play off the edge this year.
I think so. He could be all over the line though. To me, he could play outside, inside. He like 285. He like 280.
Yeah, that's Julius Reynolds, defensive end, defensive tackle. I'm gonna drop that. They got all type of colors. They got blue. They got the white. I'll drop it off in the chat. Make sure you go to athletezone.com. And there's another website as well that's signing a lot of Jackson State students.
Hey, I wish I was Omega Psi Phi. I'm a good old Vike. Alpha Phi Omega. All day, every day. Shout out to the Omega Psi chapter at Jackson State for actually coming back on the yard, which they haven't been on the yard since before you got there. So shout out to my fraternity right there.
The Q's was on the yard when I was there.
No, I'm talking about my fraternity, Alpha Phi Omega.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We real big on service. But it's all good though. Everybody can join, and it's co-ed.
Is that a part of the band?
No, that's not part of the band. But the band, KK side TBS is co-ed also.
We finna be messy tonight. We don't got no guests. Ooh, it's finna be messy tonight.
Oh Lord. So everybody know this is HBCU Saturday Night Live. I need to start doing episodes on this, doing episode numbers on this. Okay. As y'all see the title, Affirmative Action and Student Loan Impact, because we got some things to talk about. Because we talked about this a little bit on Thursday when the Supreme Court dropped they dropped the ball. They dropped the ball big
I thought you already did a show on that.
I did, but
I did a show on it too.
Yeah, but it's our turn to do a show together on it. Remember I told we're gonna do a show?
Oh, I was trying to be messy tonight, but okay. We can do a little both, right? We can do both, right?
Both. We could do both.
After the week that we had with the student loans and affirmative action, I want to be over here laughing and gigging and just being messy. Because that's 2 steps, 3 steps forward and 5 steps back.
Hey, look, I'm how I am.
I'm good. I hope Mr. Ford is gonna be on tonight, just because I got the reason why I was late is because I was trying to get a crab boil.
Oh.
And they forgot my sausage, and I was like, should I just get in the car and leave? No, I need my sausage with the crab boil. I can't forget it. So I had to wait for that. I had to order it.
You sound like the missus. She don't go nowhere. She'll act a fool.
My order, if my order wrong, I gotta get the order right.
She would act a fool if her order is not right. Sometimes I'd be like, come on, we got to go.
I didn't act a fool. I said, you know what? I think I made a mistake. I ordered the wrong one because I did see there was some extra crabs in there. I said, can you I just ordered the sausage and then I just had to wait on it. That's all. But I'm here now and we ready. So do you want to do affirmative action later or first?
Yeah, let's do it later. Let's start off with the mess going on. Hey, I'm gonna tell you this. So I did the interview on Tuesday with Mikey Victor from Alabama State. Good kid. You know what I'm saying? Good, solid kid. They only been playing football for 4 years.
Oh wow!
So he's like a actual project because he's a basketball player.
Basketball player turned football player. Okay.
Yeah. And he's looking to have a big season this year. And so how about my guys on Twitter, Melanated Righteously, he plugged everybody in from Bama State to watch the interview and stuff. And then it's some other people from Bama State that plugged in to watch the interview. And then next thing you know, the next day, I get a call from the associate athletic director that's in charge of, I guess, what you would I wouldn't say media, but makes public relations, right? So he calls me, and shout out to Fred Sington because he was real cool about it. He was like, just make sure if you want to interview players or the coaches, just run it by me first before we do anything else. Which I said I had no problem. Now I told him, I said, look, I want to get Eddie Robinson Jr. on this thing. He's like, we'll see how they go. Make some calls or email him and stuff like that. So he gave me his number, so I got his number and everything. So
Oh, big thanks. I haven't. I think that my debut for interviewing people is fingers crossed because my son is in Charlotte for the summer for at least 3 to 4 weeks. Fingers crossed I'll be able to go to SWAC Media Day.
oh, had they gave you already did your.
When I looked at the website, the credentials said July 1st. I don't know. Maybe I looked at the wrong thing. I'm gonna have to see. I'm gonna have to see. But if I get credentials and I get to go to that, then that's when I'll do interviews. Yeah.
So and plus I've been in contact with Andrew Roberts, the associate commissioner for the SWAC.
Mm-hmm.
And so I emailed him. He told me that they are start to actually go through the applications. Well,
Oh, okay. Well, I need to submit mine then, I guess.
I'll send it. I'll send it to you. So I did mine already.
Okay. I'm behind. I'm gonna get up to speed.
So I told him, I said, look, Mr. Singleton, he was like, are you gonna come to SWAC Media Day? I said, that's that's the thing I'm
in
trying.
The works.
Yeah, in the works. So he's like, cool. If you there, I'll see you there, and we can talk it up and stuff. So like I said, shout out to Mr. Singleton. You know what I'm saying? So Alabama State, big, what they call themselves, Big Bama State, but it's all about Jackson State, JSU by 40 over here. So it's good. Also, shout out to Alabama A&M and their athletic director, Paul Bryant, who is like him and A.D. Robinson are like the most progressive athletic directors in the conference.
I think McClellan's pretty progressive as well at Valley.
Yeah, I'm talking about at Valley. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, he is too because he learned under A.D. Robinson. So, but I shouted them out because the thing about it is that I seen the videos where they got the dog houses. It's supposed to be the houses, kind of look like the little houses they have them sitting in the end zone, and so they're supposed to be their dog houses. So where they be,
somebody said that they're supposed to be able to it's almost like a VIP section.
Yeah, that's what it is.
To the football game, and they're supposed to be able to bring in liquor, food. I was like, "Ooh, I know this. It sounds like a good idea." They're supposed to be able to cook out there and everything.
Yeah, I say I like it. That's something that
that's definitely innovative.
Yeah, and it's cool. Like it's forward to me. It's forward thinking. And so to have an AD like that, you need somebody like that. You need somebody that's energetic. You need somebody to like inject life into your athletic department. And so those three dudes right there, those three guys, AD Bryant, Ashley Robinson, Hakeem McClellan, from Valley, man, they are doing a wonderful job with their athletic departments. So yeah, I want to. If I need to I want to get in contact with Paul Bryant. So I will have to go talk to the people from the Hill, that podcast right there. Real good dudes, real good people right there. And like I said, I want to get Eddie Robinson Jr. on here. And somebody said get Connell Maynard. If Connell Maynard could come on here and drip that.
Look at you just shouting out the whole SWAC, ain't it? Dang, you gonna shout out everybody.
That's still a HBCU. I don't shout out them folks down in Baton Rouge.
I want to interview Mr. Ascot Dooley, Coach Dooley. He might not. The girl, bye. Get out my face. I would love to interview him. I have some questions.
Great, yeah, and that is a great idea to bring the tailgate into the stadium. Like bring it like right into the stadium, boy. You'll smell you. All you
The
need.
only issue that I have is, well, I know who everybody gonna want to come get a plate. Hey, let me get a plate. Let me get a plate.
Hey,
let me get a plate.
Okay, doesn't it tell AD Bryant to hit me up on Facebook. And here go Adrian. He said Dooley would let y'all interview him. I think Dooley cool though, man.
Who said that?
Adrian. I think Dooley is cool though. Dooley is cool. You got to be cool, you know what I'm saying, to be dripping with all that swagginess.
Don't be over here souping them up now.
Hey, I ain't souping them up now. I'm just saying, dripping with confidence that them ass guys is on point.
Oh, he can put that on. He gonna put that. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe you. That's how you grow your channel. You get everybody on here.
True. I can't even get, like, I want to pull this stuff up, right? But I got blocked today. So I'm trying to see if I can pull it.
I seen that.
They blocked me. What I do? What I did?
I see that. I see that.
What did I do that made me deserve to get blocked?
I seen that. I was like, dang, she blocked.
Let me see if I could pull it up without. They done made so many rules now. Like, they made so many rules. I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to get on here. You see that they said you can't look at more than
6,000 if you verified. Yeah, I seen that. I seen that.
Dang.
I'm like, you got blocked. Nah, he been funny.
Who said that?
Adrian.
You know what? I got blocked by a couple of people that I didn't even know I was blocked. And then when I went to their page, I mean, I don't even really be on their page, so I don't even know how long I've been blocked. I was like, damn, I got blocked. Well, I was talking a lot of stuff, so.
Yeah.
See, this is why I need a what do you call those? I need like a throwaway account or something.
A burner account, so you're gonna be like KD.
Like who?
KD. KD got burner accounts.
Yeah, I need a burner account. Cause I can't. How do you know he's got a burner account? Dang.
KD say he got a burner account. Let's see. I know we get some messiness, but shout out to my Mavericks for re-signing Kyrie Irving to that. Yeah, 3 years, 126 mil. You know what I'm saying?
I was the only one that I was just like, damn, that's messed up. Is Draymond and what he did. I didn't like what he did. That's not cool.
Draymond, he said he still got the bag. He got 4 years.
No, I'm saying he knew he wasn't going nowhere. So he called their bluff and was like, I see what type of time y'all are on. Y'all trying to be funny. So that's cool.
But yeah.
I'm gonna call y'all bluff. I want to go into free agency and see what I can get. Poole was gone so damn quick.
Oh, they
head spin. They was like, who?
That man is gone.
Pool who? The pool house?
Hold on.
Why can't I do
Yeah, so we re-signed Kyrie. We got Seth. We got little brother Seth Curry back on the squad. They re-signed Dwight Powell.
Steph
Shout out,
Curry where? To the Dallas Mavs?
not Steph, Seth, his little brother.
That's what I said.
Yeah, Seth Curry back to the Mavericks.
The
And
little brother.
mm-hmm.
The not as talented brother?
What's up? What you say?
Nothing.
Oh, jeez. See,
Steph Curry took all the splash. You could have gave your brother a little bit of the splash. Dang.
uh, um,
No, I'm just
shout
kidding.
out to LaMelo getting that bag.
Oh my goodness. First of all, okay, this is my only issue with that's for the Hornets, the Charlotte Hornets, right?
Yes.
The Charlotte Hornets perpetually, it's kind of like the Carolina Panthers. We don't have nothing good going for either one of our teams, like as far as winning goes.
Yeah, but he still got
Y'all throwing the bag at folks, but we ain't seeing no.
they threw a fat bag at him.
What
5
was
years,
it? 207 million, wasn't it?
it could go up to 260.
Oh, for what? If he wins a certain amount of games or they go to
And
playoffs?
playoffs, interject with if he makes all NBA.
They have a young team though.
They
With
do
a
got a young team.
PJ Washington, was Brandon Miller. They have
Yeah,
a
Brandon
really
Miller
young
just got
team.
drafted. So
Right. So their team is really, really. PJ Washington had just got drafted a couple years ago, and then you got LaMelo, who very young squad. And I don't know if
Miles
they're
Bridges is I think
why
he's
they didn't get some like. I'm not saying that he doesn't deserve 207 million, but why don't they get some vets on that team?
I think they're gonna get vets on the team.
Like, why they didn't get James Harden?
No, 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 no. James Harden is trying to go back home. He wants
The Houston Rockets.
no, he's not going to Houston now. That is out of the question right now. They just signed Fred VanVleet from Toronto, and they just got Dylan Brooks.
Dame Lillard want to go to the Heat. He
Yeah,
don't
but
want to go to Miami.
let's see the Heat. Ooh, the Heat team is pretty much they dismantled that team, dismantling that team right there.
I think that
Oh,
the Hornets and the Panthers, you know, it's kind of here. I'll give you an example. It's kind of like the transfer portal. Everybody started using the transfer portal and they get like already experienced players and then they fill it in with the young players instead of doing what they used to do back in the day, which is get a whole bunch of young players and then it builds off of it. Like everything in all sports is win now. We want to win. And then you have all these, I guess it must be the GMs who still have, or like Coach Maynor, who have this old way of thinking that you're going to bring in a whole bunch of high school students and they're going to grow and build. And it just doesn't work like that anymore.
Yeah.
You need to have a win now mentality.
Hold on. Hey, Philip, add 60 more million to that. They signed Fred VanVleet to 3 years, 100 mil. The man is getting the bag. The man got a bag. They got Dylan Brooks 4 years for 80 mil. Came from Memphis. Let's see.
Somebody, why don't they bring John Morant to Charlotte?
John Morant staying in
Memphis. The Memphis Grizzlies were like, either you're gonna play for us or you're gonna be out the league. They probably have some stuff that he signed that said basically like
He's the
after
franchise.
that second stunt that he pulled, you're either gonna play for us or you're not gonna play at all.
He's the franchise. So what this is what Memphis did, y'all. Memphis did what they supposed to do. Memphis brought in some vets. Of course, they still got Steven Adams. They brought in Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose can
Derek, no knees, Rose.
hey, Derrick no knees
That
Rose.
boy ain't had knees since he's been in the league for a long time, and he never had knees. He's
Hey,
never had the knees.
hey, if that was prime Derrick Rose, that was prime Derrick Rose. Prime Derrick Rose would be jumping out the gym. Um, yeah, Harden would be back.
I must have missed. I must have not have been watching basketball the year that Derrick Rose was in his prime. I've never
What?
known him to have knees.
What?
He lost
What?
his knees like his second or third year in the league.
Oh, he lost it. His first injury with his knee was after his
The
MVP.
third year?
After his MVP season.
When was that?
His MVP season was like his third. It was like either his second or third year.
That's what I'm saying. He's never had knees.
Oh, you gotta watch.
Derek no knees Rose.
You gotta watch that. That man.
We just thought the Bulls was gonna go back. You know, you talking about Derrick Rose, Chicago Bulls, Derrick Rose, right?
That's what I'm talking about. Chicago Bulls Derrick Rose was jumping out the gym. Chicago Bulls Derrick Rose is like this.
How old was I? Like 20. That was so long ago. What was that? 10 years ago?
So he left university. So he left the University of Memphis in 2008. He got drafted in 2008. So it's been 15 years since he up there. He like 33. He like 34.
Yeah, that's what I'm. You know who doesn't like? Okay, so I agree that having vets on the team, they do help mold the team and stuff like that. But some of these players like James Harden, like Derrick Rose, even Draymond Green. Oh wait, no, the other Splash brother. He's not splashing like he was.
Well, it takes a almost a full year to recover from an Achilles injury like that. So
yeah, and then he's still on it though. That's the thing. Like,
hey, when they paying you
the Warriors, when they're injury free, you can't stop them. But I feel like some of these teams are investing in older players and dropping bags on older players. Like, why are you guys dropping such a big bag on these older players?
I forgot about Marcus Smart is in Memphis too.
I don't know who that is. I'm sorry.
Marcus Smart was the point guard for Boston. He had the green hair, dyeing his hair.
Why'd they get rid of him?
Oh, his contract was up. His contract wasn't up. They traded him. Like, damn, what was that trade up? Because it was.
I'm glad Mr. Campbell. Ooh, Mr. Campbell is in the chat. You know I'm gonna be messy, Mr. Campbell. Oh, I am gonna be messy.
You want to tell Mr. Campbell to come up?
He need to come to the table because
the
Rattlers what is going on the highest of hills. Y'all over here putting all y'all business on Front Street.
Yeah.
For the world to see. Putting all their business out on Front Street. And they have the nerve to block me. What you block me for?
Oh, yeah, they did. Yeah, it was Marcus Smart for Kristaps Porzingis. And
I'm giving Mr. Campbell the smoke because I got blocked by the person who was sending out the information. Bobby Swoop, he blocked me.
Oh, I say that. That's what I was laughing at. Like, oh, people could be in their feelings sometimes. Russell Westbrook is staying with the Clippers. He signed a 2 years, $7.8 million deal to stay. He's cool with that because he got all his money. He got Jordan money too. But Everybody's waiting on for Dame to make his move. Wherever
He
Dame,
wants to go to Miami Heat.
Miami they ain't got the cap space.
Well, he needs to go to Charlotte, North Carolina then.
He is not taking Melo is not LaMelo is not playing off the ball. So he got to go somewhere. I mean, like if he go to Miami, like they got to do a whole bunch of maneuvering around to get Dame, because Dame's contract is like he's the one that has a super max deal. So his contract is up there. Like one, I think the last year of his contract, he supposed to get like $60-some million. Yeah.
They ain't even going. They usually don't let them actually get to that last season.
Oh,
we all know how that go.
But in basketball, they actually do. But sometimes it's either a player option or a team option. Most of the time, it's a play. Most of the best players have options for them. The player option,
like Draymond.
Draymond Green had a player option. Kyrie had a player option. LeBron got a player option. LeBron and AD got a player option.
I don't have nothing to say about LeBron James. At this point, it's on name alone.
Yeah. So he gotta the Heat gotta trade a whole bunch of players and they gotta be another team to coincide with that.
He just keeps swapping them players out, and he okay. I don't want to get no smoke from Lakers fans. So that's another topic for another day. Come on, let's get with the smoke.
All right. So what's going on? Why are you blocked, and what is going on with the highest of 7 Hills when you talking about their business being out there in the street?
So I didn't even, I don't just go looking for stuff to talk about, but it just happened to pop up on my screen this morning, and it was an article. Can you pull it up?
Gotcha. Let me take
Boom! Mr. Bobby Swoop. He's a rattler from the highest of 7 Hills. Well, he has turned into TMZ, the Rattler edition. He's dropping tea.
Yeah.
And apparently people were checking him about it, and they didn't like it. They didn't like it. So we're going to go over what this is about.
Oh.
And then I'm going to just, throw my little 2 cents in it, because even though I am a show that centers around stuff in Jackson State, I also do talk about HBCU issues.
That other person had talked about this the other day. But
who did?
I
don't watch that person, so I would have never have known. The only reason why I knew about this is because it came into my feed this morning. So this is actually my first time hearing about it, but I definitely have, I think, a different point of view than whoever it was.
They said Jay White talking about November the 7th. They putting FAMU gummy worms in the fancy frozen daiquiris.
Ooh.
That deserves a Draco.
Well, Mr. Campbell said that the Rattlers are letting they snake hang all 2023-2024 season, so they'll be ready. That deserves a gunshot too. He
deserves a Draco.
Yeah. All right. So whoever this Rattler is put out some information about the Orange Blossom Classic. And they revealed a email, which I feel like Orange Blossom Classic is so messy for this, because obviously the only way that a email like this can be released is if they sent it. You know what I'm saying? So you sent this to people being messy. You sent this to people um so that they could expose it, like exposing it would put pressure on FAMU to accept the contract. But in reality, when you look at it, it's not it makes y'all look bad. So this is Kendra Bullock, Orange Blossom Classic Committee Executive Director. Well, it don't look like I'll be doing any type of media or press at the Orange Blossom Classic. I will be in the suite alone. I won't be doing any type of press. I won't be getting
living it up, and she's gonna be.
I won't be getting a press pass for the Orange Blossom Classic.
Be living it up in the sweet life.
No, but I'm just saying they wouldn't accept like, oh, okay, she's trying to. Okay, so as mentioned in our meeting, it's time to begin discussions regarding the renewal of FAMU's participation for 2024. Subsequent years, I've attached the first draft of the agreement. You'll see an increase in FAMU's participation to $450,000 with incremental increases for years 2025 and 2026. All expenses for team and band travel will continue to be covered. What are we even talking about here?
You meaning that $400,000 is going straight to FAMU. Now, this is what I heard. Now,
400,000? Do you know how low that is?
This is what I heard. So that 400,000 is if they are the home team.
Do you know how low $400,000 is?
Well, you know what though? It's low, but they still keep that money, and they don't have to worry about taking that money to pay for the band to go there and everything.
Where's the food at? Where's the hotel at? What are we talking about here? This says travel. We will continue to pay for travel. Where's the food? This is why see, everything in the Orange Blossom Classic, it's luxurious. It's Miami. It's, we doing it big in Miami.
Beach.
But by exposing this email, you let us know that everything that looks a certain way isn't really a certain way.
Right.
Because this is a lowball offer. The lowest of low. And someone said in the comments on the page, they said that Miami made $33 million that weekend. And they were talking about, oh, that's economic impact. So if the economic impact is $33 million, then there is no reason that this is how I feel. The Orange Blossom Classic should be a minimum of $750,000 in the clear. This is, you send me a check for $750,000. My travel is paid for. The hotel accommodations are paid for, and food. And this is why. This is a classic. This is not a home and home situation.
Right.
We're bringing in the band. We're bringing in the fans. And you're telling me that we have a $33 million imprint for that weekend? Out of that $33 million that the city is getting, you can pull from sponsors an additional $2 million, which I would think that $2 million is probably the amount for, I'll probably say like maybe $2 million. If you pull in another $2 million, you would be able to give each team $300,000 apiece. And there's sponsors. It's Miami. Like, you would be able to get a sponsor to get that extra $2 million, because you're not getting ready to have us getting off a jet and eating peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and chips, because we only get $450,000.
So how does this play into with AD site?
Well, for one, she just got here. Can she sit here and first of all, when you get into a job and it's a mess, you're going to have to go through a lot of stuff. She's not worried about Orange Blossom Classic right now. Let's see how Orange Blossom Classic happens in 2 months. Like, why are you trying to get me to sign a contract right now? And we haven't even seen how the Orange Blossom Classic goes this year.
Right.
Usually when people sign new contracts, they would sign the new contract after the game is played so that you have your leverage. We bought in this XYZ and this is what we want. Why would I go ahead and sign a contract already out the gate? No. Like, I don't think that's and it needs to be $750,000 in the clear. And the accommodations for food. Because what is that? Food for a football team or a band, what is that? Probably $20,000 per team.
Like football team, probably. I mean, we say 85. I mean, it's 63 scholarship players, but it's probably like between 85 and 90 players because you do
Got to do staff.
you got a staff, and then the
It's
band,
probably like 150, probably 300.
the band makes up the most because the band probably had about over 300 people, 300 kids in the band.
So maybe it's like 50,000 or maybe 50,000. But what I'm saying is, don't have us in Miami and I'm only bringing home $450,000 and we eating box lunches. If I'm in Miami, I wanna live like Miami. I want to.
You want to pop your
like I'm in Miami. I'm a football player. I play for FAMU. You're not going to so, and I'm surprised that it's that low. So everything that glitters isn't gold. But
it's true.
Maybe the AD, because they said that she misspoke at a conference, or they were having a question and answer type of conference.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, I'm not getting ready to go into details about contracts. You know, she was nice enough to make a answer, but really I would have just said, we're not there right now. We're focused on the upcoming season. Let's see how the Orange Blossom Classic goes this year before we move any further.
Right.
But I don't like that this email was exposed. Like, once again, here you go, where you're exposing something. And fam, you got other things to worry about right now.
Isn't this the AD that wasn't even the first choice?
Who cares about who's first and who's second? She's the choice. She's the AD.
And she come with experience as being an AD. So I mean, they made that choice. Now remember that this deal really was done when the last AD was there.
Y'all are over here trying to what are you guys trying to say? That she's wrong for not moving forward with $450K? Now y'all just okay, so Mr. or Mrs. Harris, you said the boom doesn't eat box lunches. But I will say this, and I'm not making this up. I didn't pull this from thin air. Last year when FAMU football players came forward with that long letter where they were detailing how certain things weren't how they were supposed to be, one of the things that they talked about was box lunches not being fed properly.
Yeah, that's when they went to North Carolina.
Right. So I'm not making stuff up, and this isn't a dig, because at the end of the day, that AD is no longer there. They've made some changes, especially with regards to compliance. Mm-hmm. But what I'm saying is, why are you trying to already plant a seed of mistrust, or you're trying to cause commotion for the AD that just got here, and y'all have to worry about your APR score? Like, y'all are worried about the wrong thing. So exposing this email was very unprofessional, and you can't say, oh, somebody hacked my email. Like, you clearly sent this out.
You put it out there.
You put it out there. But you put it out there, right?
Right.
For the world to see. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't make y'all look good. It makes y'all look bad.
It's a little bad.
It makes you look bad that you.
And guess who got to clean it up though? It's the AD.
Why she got to clean it up.
I mean, because I don't know, man.
Year one game, a sum of 450,000. Year two, 500,000. Year three, 525,000. Year one, the game would be 750,000. Year two, the game would be 850,000. Year three, we should be at 950,000. And y'all have sponsors, and Miami knows they can make 33 million or 50 million. Well, here's the thing, and this is the real tea. This is no shade. Are you going to be able to get that type of crowd if you book somebody not named Jackson State on the opposing team?
Ooh, that deserves a Draco. Yeah, if your name ain't Jackson State,
what team is gonna go to Miami in droves like that? That's no shade. I'm asking a serious question. If I'm FAMU, number one, I'm waiting till after this Orange Blossom Classic. Number two, we're renegotiating this contract. We need to add some different clauses in there. You can give us $450,000, and then we need 300,000 for this, and 200,000 for that, and 300,000 for that. Like, I'm adding like 10 different types of expenses in there, because you're telling us that we're going to get 450,000, but that doesn't include food. So then here's the second thing that they did. They bought up a money game between as an excuse for lowballing FAMU. They bought up, well, y'all are only getting 465,000 from the University of South Florida, and it doesn't include travel expenses for the football team. FAMU, and how do they know what it costs? FAMU will pay an estimated 100,000 for the marching 100 to travel to Tampa. The game contract only provides 50,000 for the band's travel.
Remember when we had Miss Dr. Lori on here?
Yeah.
Dr. Lori told us that it takes almost a little bit over $200,000 to move the marching 100.
I wouldn't be moving the marching 100 for less, especially if I'm playing white teams. We ain't moving for less than 400,000, because my kids need to eat and they need to stay in a hotel. They don't need to be getting on no bus on the ride back after performing in them hot ass uniforms.
And that's the thing. Like when Dr. Lori was on the show, when she was talking to us about, finances and stuff, she told us that it takes at least $200,000, close to, probably not even 200, probably like $250,000 to $300,000 to move the marching 100.
And they act like Sykes did this USF deal. You act like she did the deal. Don't come over here trying to expose her like she's the one that signed this bad deal for USF. And because a previous AD signed a bad deal, or because you're getting pooped on by USF, we should be able to poop on y'all too. Like, no. And why are you guys bragging about bringing in 33 million but only giving somebody $450,000? And then they started bringing up how much FAMU makes at their average home football game outside of homecoming, which is only $275,000. Why are you making that a brag? It says this year, FAMU is slated to earn $375,000 plus travel expenses for participating in the OBC. It's a classic. And it's in Miami. If you're a classic and you're in Miami, you don't get to lowball me. Why are you worried? You worried about the wrong thing. Don't worry about what I make at home. I'm making your city $33 million. Don't worry about it. Oh, let's talk about something positive. So that's my little spiel about that.
What you got positive?
Florida A&M is launching a digital streaming network called Rattlers Plus.
Hey,
So it looks like media writes this and media writes that. You thought they was going HBCU Pass Plus League Plus Plus, and they decided to get their own digital streaming network called Rattlers Plus.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What's
So
wrong
maybe
with
you did give us the blueprint for Rattlers Plus. They gave them the blueprint and told them how to get all these dollars. So hopefully, I haven't had a chance to look at how it works.
that?
But isn't it going to work similar to HBCU Pass Plus?
Probably so. It more than likely is.
I have it up.
Gap it up.
Yeah.
All right.
You can see it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit. Here she is in the chat.
Jesus. Jesus.
They don't comment until you start talking shit. Then they come out the woodwork. Hey.
What's up, LaShonda?
They have you blocked on Facebook and Twitter, but they still watching. Hey. So Florida A&M Athletics announces Rattlers Plus streaming digital network. It's a new on-demand and live streaming platform that will enhance the Rattlers fan experience. So
I like the idea though.
They over here talking about they ain't gonna make more, but if this is what it looks like, if that's what the platform look like, it's nice. That's nice.
I could rock with it.
So the director of communications and digital strategies, Josh Padilla, is the one that said, okay, it's a one-stop shop to watch live events, classic games, mic'd ups, days in the lives, and more. And they're going to work with their student videographers and content creators at Florida A&M. Okay.
I like that. I think everybody needs to. I think on the real though, like all the schools in the SWAC need to move towards like that. Move to something like that. Like even though everybody talk bad, everybody talks funny about Valley.
Oh yeah.
Valley Sports Network being on YouTube is pretty much out like the best thing.
They have really good a really good company.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the Rattlers Plus right now. They have the Rattlers Classics. They got 12 episodes. Like the interface is nice. They have Xavier Smith, like all the little stuff. So it's really dope, So congratulations. I don't know when they're going to start charging a subscription fee. But the next step is, of course, that they can get their own sponsorships, their own impressions and advertisements.
Yeah. And see with the advertisements,
sign their own deals with McDonald's.
And see with the advertisements for FAMU, they can keep it local. They can keep the local advertisement. They can, advertise locally. I mean,
they can show they can get impressions too.
Yeah. I think everybody needs to move. Everybody needs to move towards that way. Like we even Jackson State, we got to move towards that way, and I feel like we are moving. I think we are going to move that way. Just give us, give my man Austin and his crew some time, and I think we'll make that. We'll make that work. But
Valley just needs new announcers. I think the announcers are dope.
The announcers is cool because didn't one of the announcers get picked up by somebody?
He's coaching at Valley.
He coaching that, yeah. Here you go.
Mr. Campbell's talking mess, but he didn't have no answer for the fact that y'all are only getting $450,000 at the Orange Blossom Classic. And then you over here talking about you need to schedule home games. We need more home games. And a Rattler is exposing y'all, saying y'all only make $275,000 at your home games. Oh, do you see that comment? They talking.
This show gonna be messy today, y'all. We're gonna have some mess today, y'all.
Hey, brag different. Where y'all need to step to the plate, Mr. Campbell, and answer to this blasphemy by somebody from the highest hills. I'm hoping those are
Jesus. Here go Mr.
Listen. Listen. Where's Mr. Ford?
Mr. Ford, where you at?
To the plate, because I need to hear the excuse. I'm gonna be pretending like I'm Mr. Ford.
Oh, he talking about? Oh no, he was talking about the football analysis.
Oh,
the football analysis.
They had poverty wages.
The football analysis for Valley be rolling, man. It'd be like somebody uncles that just came up in the booth and just put on a headset and said, "Let's go with it."
All right, and then I got one more thing messy to say. And I'm gonna leave it alone after that. I am.
We still be messy. We can still be messy how we want to, because I'm sure we're gonna get messy with this affirmative action stuff too, man.
Oh Lord, let me see if I can find it. See, clears my throat. Let's see. All right, let's get into it. Or is this the same one? I think this is a different one. I think this is a different one. Ain't that a different coach?
Let me see.
Ain't that 2 in the last month?
That looks like it.
That look like a different coach to me. Is that different?
Billy Roll, special assistant to the head coach. Now, what's going on with him?
Are they saying thank you? That's what I need Mr. Campbell to tell us what's going on. Are they saying thank you for all the years because we appreciate you for all these years? Are they saying thank you because I'm leaving? I'm going on to different pastures. Because that'll be the second coach, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it will be the second coach.
In less than 60 days. Now, I distinctively remember that there was a conversation surrounding Jackson State and them getting all these new coaches, this, that, and the third. Why y'all getting all these new coaches? You're not going to be able to mesh, right? Why did Adrian Crook call him a second?
Head coach second.
Adrian! The reason why I was being messy is because they were like, Jackson State got all these new coaches. How are they gonna mesh? You got a whole new coaching staff. And the same folks that were pointing out that Jackson State has all of these coaches leaving, you can hear a rat pissing on cotton. You don't hear nothing.
He said a rat pissing on cotton.
I can't hear nothing. What you say? Huh?
Lord.
Huh?
You sound like Zoe for real.
Huh? What y'all say about coaches exiting and we got too many new coaches? How many days we let? 65 days? How much? What is it? 2 months?
2 months until the
Less than 2 months, and y'all done had about 2 to 3 coaches leaving in the last month. There we go. Okay, step to the plate. Step to the plate. Come right on up. Y'all acting like Willie left. all I'm pointing out is that you guys made those statements about our team and you had some coaches leave within the last 2 to 3 weeks. That's all I was pointing out. Let's be equal opportunity over here. All right. I'm done being messy. That was all.
All right, man. Oh Lord. So
I'm just saying. I was just pointing it out.
Peak Sports Manager, white boys ain't come. Jesus.
I didn't say that. All I said was the coaches was leaving close to the time when they have this is the biggest football game of Coach Willie's career. This is the biggest. The Orange Blossom Classic this year is the biggest game of Coach Willie's.
Let him lose again to Jackson State.
When he loses,
let him lose to Bethune. Let him lose to Bethune. That's he.
Let them lose to Valley. Y'all over there sleeping on Valley. Valley said,
"Yeah, let them lose to
roll over."
Oh, that's he gonna be fuego.
Nigel, we have a better offensive coordinator. Nigel, a better offensive coordinator. Don't leave that out.
Don't get her started, y'all. Oh yeah. So coming up next Saturday is the HBCU Swingman Classic. That's right before that is the weekend of All-Star baseball All-Star break. So, and it is, man, where is the All-Star game being played at this year? I'm about to get arrested.
FAMU is losing to A&M in November. Lord, them Rattlers gonna be digging themselves a hole in the ground. Oh, somebody says Seattle, Washington.
Seattle, Washington. Okay, so
Florida boy, they said that they'll never see FAMU do a whole hour show about JSU. We'll never see FAMU do a whole hour show about FAMU.
Well, Florida boy, just let you know, my platform is HBCU centric, but I am a Jackson State alum, so therefore I can talk about whatever I want to on here.
And by the way, we talked about basketball, NBA basketball.
Yeah, we talked about basketball first.
15 minutes.
You know, we'll talk about football next. You know.
But thank you for coming to our channel, Florida boy. Make sure you go to Penalty Talk. Is it Penalty?
Where?
The FAMU show.
Oh, you talking about the ONG Strike Zone?
Yeah, make sure. Tap in. It says FAMU is not losing to anyone in the SWAC. All right. So anyway.
Next. All right. So we gonna talk about this. Everybody, I know everybody's up in here for that. Oh yeah. First of all, let's give a happy birthday to the boy Kobe. Blitz City Podcast.
Happy birthday to you.
Wait a minute, why are you looking over your shoulder? Why are you looking over your shoulder? Oh Jesus. But anyway, man. Happy birthday to to Kobe, man, from South Carolina. You know, he's a big South Carolina State supporter, so and he does a whole bunch of stuff for HBCUs, especially Jackson State. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you see Coach Maynard and Coach TC Taylor on their little press run this past week? Yes. At the it looks like it's at the Gladiator Stadium. That's what year it was built.
Damn. Damn.
The Gladiator. Boy, they be trying to talk that Gladiator Stadium up.
My
They
bad.
probably don't even run the water up until a couple of days before. No, but we ain't worried about that because we scheduled it, we pushed it up a year so that 2004, 2005, 2026, we don't have to worry about it. We get another home game.
Hold on. It feels good to be the only HBCU with an FCS national championship. All y'all out kids. All right. First of all, I don't know how old you are, but when FAMU won that championship, you was probably swimming around in your daddy's nutsack. I'm sorry to say.
His daddy was probably swimming around in his daddy's nutsack.
I'm sorry to say that. I'm sorry to say that. I'm just letting people know if you younger than 30, if you older than 40 something, 50
Yo,
something, you don't know nothing about that. You don't know nothing about that. So, man, I just like to joke around. So,
Lord. Oh, it's also Corey C from the 1400 Club birthday. All of these cancers.
again,
Who is Sudler?
Sudler is the band. They have a band. They have a trophy for band. Next. All right. So we already know that the uber conservative court, Supreme Court, decided to say, let's move away from affirmative action on Thursday. And then yesterday, they just say, give Joe Biden the middle finger and say, your student loan forgiveness plan is unconstitutional. So, my thing about it is now the student loan case, I understood it because I feel like it wasn't going to be. They said it was unconstitutional because he couldn't make he can't make an executive order for that. They said that if you do forgive most of those federal student loans, that you put the economy in much more disarray of what it already is. But you got to understand,
they have an act that passed where you are able to excuse an absorbent. I don't even know if I'm using the right word for that. Amount of debt in case of like a national emergency. So that's what he was basing it off of.
And what was that national emergency?
It's called the National Emergencies Act. So when COVID was going on,
right?
There basically that's why he did that, which there was a national crisis. So he's supposed to be able to basically say this debt is no longer owed. It says the act empowers the president to activate special powers during a crisis, but impose certain procedural formalities when invoking such powers. So to my knowledge, we were underneath that emergency. So that's what he was basing it off of.
Yeah.
And then you know it's not going to get through legislation. So, but you also know that most Americans aren't going to pay it anyway. We're getting ready to go into a recession.
Again.
So they're not going to pay it anyway. So you're not really, the people who were getting ready to get the $20,000 credited to their account, they're not going to pay it anyway. And all I want to know is, does that mean that folks who were allowed to have their debts vacated out due to the extra, like, I'm trying to think of it, like teachers and folks who served in public service, they made special provisions to allow their debts to be resolved. Are those now not going to be resolved anymore? That would suck.
That would really suck.
Like they extended it to where you could include longer amount of years. And I think it was like maybe 10 years. They extended it. So there's a lot of teachers who were able to get their loans forgiven under that public service loan forgiveness program.
Here you go. One said the forgiveness, they're not going to forgive because the interest earned is the source of revenue for the government.
They don't even pay it like that. I promise you they don't. If the government can send Ukraine billions and billions of dollars and lose billions and billions of dollars, and then we have all these PPP loans that have been forgiven, they basically, the money that they forgave for those PPP loans could have forgave our student loans.
There you go. Then, like I said, the day before was the case about the affirmative action and how does this impact our universities, our colleges and universities in a historical Black concept.
Wait, how does it affect us?
Right. Some people want to know. People want to know how does that ruling affect our HBCUs or just Black people altogether. Because if when you look at it, the people who brought the case up were Asian. They were Asian American.
No, it actually wasn't even an Asian. It was a white man.
It was a white man.
Yep.
It was an Asian man.
Mr. Bloom. Oh. He's like over the Federation of something, something, something. Basically like a super conservative type of organization. Mm-hmm. They look for test cases to try in Supreme Court, and then they put the money behind it. He's been working on this for like years, and a couple of them were dismissed. His should have been dismissed for failure to, like, he's not being affected by it because he's white. So why would they put him on there? But anyway, I guess it sucks that this happened, but what I don't like is this blame game that certain folks are trying to play, which is if you would have voted for Hillary, this would have never have happened.
Oh, it was going to happen.
White people didn't vote for Hillary. Every Black person in America could have voted. Like Black women voted like 90%. I think Black men, of the ones that voted, they voted 85%. It's not Black people's fault. It's the white women who didn't vote for Hillary. They didn't like her. Yeah, Hillary kind of like was trying to bully ball her way into becoming president.
She felt like it was her turn. It was her time that she waited for so long.
But yeah, but for the betterment of the country, like everybody's like, you should have voted for Hillary. You should have voted for Hillary. It's the white people. The white women is the reason why Hillary wasn't voted in, and there's nothing that we can do to change that. Every Black person in America could have voted for Hillary, and it still would have been enough. You gotta have the white women vote. And that's another thing. RBG should have definitely stepped down earlier. She wanted to croak on the courts. And Obama should have pushed through his nominee. And Trump should have been indicted earlier. Like what?
Which nominee he should have pushed? That was was that Gorsuch? Was he trying to push Gorsuch?
No, he was trying to push another. I want to say he was trying to push another woman onto the court.
Okay.
I want to say that nominee, and they were just like, "No, you can't do it right now."
Do it and the third. They say he couldn't do it because he was getting ready to leave office.
Oh, Merrick Garland. I mean, Trump was getting ready to leave office, so that was just a dumb excuse. They just didn't want him to. Right, so it was Merrick Garland, who actually Merrick Garland is currently, I want to say, isn't he over Department of Justice?
Yep.
I want to say he's currently over the Department of Justice. He's the United States Attorney General, so he was supposed to be the one of the nominees.
He was supposed to be. He was Obama's nominee, and I remember this because the reason why Obama wanted to push Merrick Garland to the seat was because he was getting ready to leave office.
He just, like I said, he should have been playing bully ball. Release who's having affairs.
Yeah, he was trying to push him to
release who's stealing money. Like he should have been on his. He should have had an Olivia Pope up there in Washington that was like making it happen. Because I mean, everybody's like, you should have voted for Hillary. You should have voted for Hillary. I don't know if people recollect Hillary Clinton and how she treated Obama while they were campaigning against each other while she was trying to get that presidential nominee. But I would implore people to go back and actually watch some of the language that she used when talking to President Obama.
And guess what?
It was very much so.
He made her secretary. He made her Secretary of State and banished her to foreign lands. I'm not lying. She was Secretary of State and he banished her to foreign lands.
It rubbed me the wrong way. Like it was very like the way that Trump does it. She was making some real racially loaded language that I did not like implicitly. And I'm a political science major now, so I kind of like get the scientific aspect for why do people vote the way they vote. Black people 80% of the time are going to vote Democrat regardless of anything. They're going to vote Democrat.
So yeah,
and then Mitch McConnell, I done seen him with bloated hands. He looked like a corpse. Bloated hands, black eyes, and he's still up in Washington.
And really, Hillary wasn't supposed to even have that nomination. It was really Bernie Sanders. She lowballed Bernie Sanders in that during that election cycle. The primaries, she lowballed that man. And so
there's a lot of folks that are in Washington that need to step down. And you know what? It's not just, I'm just going to put it like this. This is what I learned about why you see so many senators and House of Representatives stay so long. So with that political system, it's basically about seniority. The longer you stay in Washington and you stay elected, the bigger your office, the more influence you have. So if you've been there for 20 or 30 years, you are basically at the top versus when you're a fresh senator, you're at the very bottom. Your legislation is more than likely not going to get picked up unless a senior legislator signs off on it. So it's very much so about seniority. But let's just keep it a buck. There are a lot of people that are in Washington right now that have been there for decades and they don't want to move out of that seat. And they're still going to have health care for life because that's something that they have. They don't want to retire. They don't want to let their position go.
They don't want to let the position go. They want their power. It's all about power. But like I said, people said that I'm crazy. They said that Bernie wasn't winning nothing. No, they rigged that damn thing from Bernie. Obama was behind Bernie all the way. He was never behind Hillary. Hillary
was on some shit like, no, it's my turn. I'm not waiting no longer. Give me my nominee. So when she keeps on saying, she keeps pointing it out, but it's like, Hillary, maybe you should have took a back seat. You know what I think it was? If they voted a black man in, surely they're ready to vote in a woman. But it was the white women who didn't vote for her. And I'm not even going to lie. I'm not going to lie. And I said it boldly on Twitter. I did not vote for Hillary. And I just told you why, because I did not like that racially charged rhetoric that she used against Obama. The reason why it's important is because the people who are listening to this white woman speak these words, they implicitly already have biases about a black person. It's like ingrained in their system to think certain things about black people. So for her to play on those implicit biases, I didn't like it. So I did not vote for her. And people are saying Obama didn't do anything. The fact that he got Obamacare passed, I feel like that was his big thing. Just like every other, what did President Trump do? They're gonna say stimulus checks, huh?
It's gonna be the
They're
stimulus.
gonna be so simple and say stimulus checks, huh?
Gonna
And
be
our
stimulus
inflation is
because
through the roof.
it's gonna be the stimulus, and then
Do they also want to talk about those tariffs that he did in China? You want to know why the avocados and the tariffs, why everything is so high? It's because of what Trump did. Like Trump said, China, you guys are gonna pay higher taxes and higher tariffs. He raised the prices on China. China was like, "Oh, okay, that's fine. We'll deal with those tariffs." What does China do? Raise the prices on their product.
mm-hmm.
So now the people that are suffering is us.
So we so dependent on their we so dependent on them, and we need to not to be. But let's get back to the affirmative action. So I asked the question like, how does this affect our HBCUs? Does this make our HBC? Does this bump up our admissions in our universities, in our institutions? Is it just like, okay, it's a wait and see? Um, and I had to say this before you answer. I had to say this. The man that is sitting his fat ass on the Supreme Court that benefited the most from affirmative action is Clarence Uncle Ruckus Thomas. And he decides that you N words don't need this no more. So let me just go ahead and get rid of it.
Mm, 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 mm.
That's what I said. Because he did. He benefited the most. Should not even be. He should not even been.
I'm not going to say that he shouldn't have been, because we have to be careful when we say shouldn't have been, because obviously if he graduated from an Ivy League school, he's smart enough, which I want everybody to realize. Even if black people do get a chance by affirmative action, they have to actually do the work to graduate.
No,
Nobody's just giving away degrees at Harvard and Yale and
I ain't talking about I'm not talking about the
oh,
school.
okay.
I'm talking about him getting to his position, his seat on that Supreme Court, and then you just yank. You know what I'm saying? Just yank the carpet off from under our feet. And
I mean, I think we always knew when I heard that they were hearing the case. Actually, I've been speaking about it for almost a year now. I say, well, when affirmative action gets pulled, but we keep on talking about Mr. Uncle Ruckus over here. But at the end of the day, the count was 6-3.
true. But what I'm saying is, and this is what I'm saying too, he shouldn't be sitting on the Supreme Court for what he did to Anita Hill over 30 years ago. Shouldn't have been sitting. He should not be sitting on the damn court.
I mean, the same could be said
For a lot of those justices that's sitting on the
I was just gonna say it must have been Clarence Thomas 2.0, because we just had a most recent Brett Kavanaugh who had to answer all those questions about that woman and him being drunk and him drinking, and like And they still want to say that Justice Jackson, that she's an affirmative action. It's just racism. She's the most qualified
She was qualified. Her Elaine,
Supreme Court
her
justice on the
Justice, her Justice Kagan, and who's the other justice?
Sotomayor.
Yeah, they were the most. I think they were the most qualified.
She's a
Portia,
magna cum laude graduate of Harvard University and a cum laude graduate of Harvard Law School. And she's here. I'm going to pull it up for you
yeah,
guys.
go ahead.
Let me see if I can. I just was like, what? Why are these people so racist? Like, why are you so racist when it comes to trying to discount Black people? I always said, like, I know that I'm smart enough that smarter than a lot of people when I go to class that are they could be, you know, of a different color, and they would think that the only reason why I was there was for affirmative action.
I like
Even though I'm obviously smarter than them, you're thinking that I'm here just because of affirmative action. That doesn't even make sense.
Ooh, I like this one. Amy Coney Barrett never tried the case. She's the affirmative action justice. Woo! Come with us, sis.
I pulled it up for you.
Yeah, come with us, sis. Come with it.
All right. So this is previous experience in a role or institution.
Mm-hmm.
The Barrett, Justice Barrett, she didn't even go to an Ivy League school. But Jackson, she went to a public high school, went to Ivy League law school.
Mm-hmm.
She was a clerk for the Supreme Court justice, the one that was vacated or the one that decided to step down. That was who she clerked for. She was a public defender. She worked on the Sentencing Commission,
Right.
which they had a little uproar about that Sentencing Commission because she basically was responsible for guidelines for cases that involve like porno and stuff like that, like people going on the internet and searching up child pornography.
Yeah.
And they were just basically trying to figure out about, she was basically saying the amount of access that people have, it's not the same as someone getting it through the mail or getting it through other means. Like, you'll get bombarded with a whole bunch of it, so it doesn't hold the same weight as someone who is actively going out of their way by mail or like other ways to get it. And she, I guess the sentencing didn't add up for a lot of people, so they tried to say something to her about that. She was a district judge
Mm-hmm.
and a court of appeals judge. And yeah, so Justice Breyer, that's who she clerked for.
Right.
So as you can see, she marked off, and we all know, just as they said in the Olivia Pope, she said, or not Olivia Pope, her dad said, you have to be what? Twice as good to get half.
Mm.
Twice as good to get half. And folks will say that she only got there because of affirmative action.
Yeah, I don't believe that. I mean, what just by what you just said now, and all the work that she had done, and also her being the clerk for Supreme Court Justice Stephen Breyer. I mean, like, she went to school for it, and she got damn near hands-on experience, hands-on training from a chief, Supreme Court justice.
Right.
So
I mean, she had to actually recuse herself from one of the cases because she is on some type of committee, or she's associated with the Harvard case because that's where she graduated from. So she had some type of affiliation. So she recused herself. So one of the court cases was 6-2. But taking this back to HBCUs, I wanted to point out a conundrum that we're getting ready to have with HBCUs and the fight that we have. And that is we're going to have a fight with predominantly Black institutions for these students.
So like Chicago State. Like Chicago State. Well, you know, Chicago State is predominantly Black.
No, I wasn't even going to say Chicago State. I was going to say Mississippi Delta Community College is a PBI. I want to say I looked and I saw that Holmes Community College and Hines Community College received some grant funding from for being a predominantly Black serving institution or a minority serving institution.
Hines Community College is a historically Black college. It's a historically Black dream college. So they have that special designation as with us, like Jackson State, Spam, Southern, everybody like that. So I know it's Hines. I know it's Kahoma Community College up in Clarksdale.
But I've noticed that, like, specifically for Jackson State, we see that not even just specifically Jackson State, Mississippi Valley, and Alcorn State, we see that the government purposely doesn't give us the funds, doesn't approve certain things. The water that we've been trying to get for God knows how long. When I looked up the actual legislation that was being utilized, it was just to get a bond. So you're not even really giving us money, you're giving us a loan. And it doesn't get approved, right? So I was like, okay, so there's certain things that have to be fixed in order for students to be able to go. And one of those is housing. But for Jackson State specifically, it's definitely water.
Right.
Like, you have to have water, especially with an influx of students.
I went to, we was at last weekend, had at least about that last orientation we had probably had over about 300 to 400 kids.
So if we're going to look at how are we going to be able to get funding, I said that we need to be looking at Airbnbs because they said that there's an impending Airbnb collapse. Basically, folks aren't renting out Airbnbs anymore. They just aren't. And Mr. McGinnis said that Hines Community College is not an HBCU. It stole that status by the state colonizing Utica Community College into Hines. And that's what I thought. Like, the reason why I was bringing up these predominantly Black institutions is for two reasons. Number one, HBCUs, we already know they're underfunded. But predominantly Black institutions, they get grant money, they get funding, and they're not underfunded.
Right.
So you're competing against, and if you look, Mississippi will fund Hines Community College or Holmes Community College, but will not fund Valley, Alcorn, and Jackson State. And so that's my thing. I feel like HBCUs are saying, oh, we're getting ready to get an influx of people, but we have to look at what they're probably going to do. So somebody brought up, yeah, we should definitely have more black schools. It's like, we don't need any more black schools. We just need you to properly fund the ones that we have.
Mm-hmm.
Properly fund the HBCUs that we have. So folks need to be buying up old hotels and renovating them.
Man.
And how Airbnbs, because there's a impending collapse. Let me see if I can find that article. It said that I don't know if they're doing that because we're already in a housing crisis.
Mm-hmm.
There was a time and you saw it. They were trying to get out all these bad loans once again. They were trying to give them to black people. Oh, you don't have to have no money down. They were trying to do that to get rid of these homes. Now there's too many homes on the market, and so we need to rent out the Airbnbs.
Mm.
What do you think?
I believe, yeah, I like that. Um, I agree with you, Jan. Just give Alcorn the same money you give Mississippi State, and that's with every school, and that's with all of our HBCUs in the state of Mississippi. Give us the same money you give Ole Miss.
Or give us the bonds.
You give us the bonds.
So this is the reason why, and I know that I was getting on his nerves. I was getting on his everlasting nerves, but I had to figure out what is the problem. Can you pull this up? Let me see.
All right.
Happy birthday, Kobe.
Happy birthday, Kobe.
Can you pull that one up?
Yeah, I got
it. All right. So this is the capital financing program.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, which I found interesting, they have grants for predominantly black institutions, but they loan HBCUs money.
Mm-hmm.
That's another story for a different day. So this particular program is to help with financing for repair, renovation, construction of classrooms, libraries, dormitories, research instrumentation. And they still have money available.
Oh, it's let me talk. Kobe, the topic for tonight: affirmative action and the student loan impact. We're talking about the cases that was tried that was settled Thursday and Friday.
So this can be used. Now he did tell me now when I say he, the executive director, I called him and I was asking questions to try to figure out about this HBCU capital finance program. So the most important thing that he said is the state of Mississippi and the state of North Carolina do not allow the HBCUs to participate in this type of program. And the reason why is because they give their own bonds out and they have legislation that doesn't allow for that. So he said, in order for Mississippi or North Carolina schools, and when we say that, we're talking about North Carolina A&T and North Carolina Central, just any type of schools that are in North Carolina or Mississippi, those two would not be able to participate. There would have to be a legislative change in order for us to be able to participate. So, with that being said, whoever is at the Mississippi House needs to draft legislation that would put a loophole that would allow for Jackson State, Alcorn, and Valley to participate in this program.
Right. Oh, Yards said Secretary of Education meet with the university presidents in a few weeks, and HBCU leadership needs to be in that meeting.
Yeah. So this is the only this is how when we keep on saying, why isn't Jackson State able to get anything done? Why isn't Valley able to get things done? It's because Mississippi holds the power on approving bonds. They refuse to let it even get out of committee. And they have it in the place where we're not allowed to do federal bonds. So that's why we're not able to get this funding. Florida A&M actually had to have legislation to change it. So that's what Florida A&M did. They had a change and they took out, I want to say it was almost $100 million loan.
Right.
So that's why, like, oh, and a lot of times when you guys see these types of loans, Morehouse College took out a $58 million loan in February to construct a new student center and capital improvements, 30-year fixed rate financing. Howard University is getting a new STEM building. Virginia Union University is renovating student housing and academic facilities, refinancing their debt. Morgan and Dillard took out some loans. Fisk University, Meharry Medical College, construct a new living learning center and parking facility. Miles College. So a lot of these universities, Bethune-Cookman took out $108 million loan. And I want to say, don't quote me on this, but I want to say that through certain loans that were taken out certain loans that were taken out before COVID, that they were basically washed out and excused. Right. So somebody said, can you put the link in the chat?
Truth share.
So these loans, a lot of these loans, they don't even owe this money no more because they were wiped out with COVID. And I can't quote which date from what date. But if you see like a lot of these schools renovating and building new stuff and this, that, and the third, it's because they took out these loans. See, Florida A&M took out $125 million loan.
What year was that?
March of 2019. But they don't owe that's one of the loans that was forgiven. And Alabama State University, $152 million loan that was forgiven. So a lot of these loans actually have been forgiven. But my point is that this is the only way that HBCUs would be able to get that type of capital to be able to renovate student housing.
That's what I wanted to know right there.
I mean, they had 2 hurricanes. What are we talking about here?
That is true.
They had 2 hurricanes. They didn't have any air conditioning going. So everybody knows how mold works with the humidity and you don't have no ventilation going through, it's going to automatically get mold, and it's in Florida where it rains.
Hey, can you see send me that link? Oh, wait, I'm gonna give it to so I can put it in the chat over this spot on this side. No, not that one. I was talking about the link to what you talking about right here with the Department of Education.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so this is what I would impugn. This is what I think that more than anything that we need to push for, which is changing the legislation to allow the HBCUs to be able to take federal funding. That's the only way that it's going to be that Jackson State. So the probability that will happen in this government, it's probably slim to none. But then where's the lawsuit at? Because if you're not going to approve our bonds for us to get our own water system, and you're not going to allow us to get money from the federal funding to get a new bond for our water system, it's kind of like that's environmental racism. Not providing clean water, and you have the means, and it's not a grant, it's a bond, meaning we have to pay it back, but you still don't want to do that. That's environmental racism, and it needs to be attacked. So I'm kind of confused because I was able to obtain this information pretty easily. So I don't know what's going on behind the scenes that we aren't trying to get that legislation changed. And if it's not changed, why are we not filing a lawsuit against them? Yes, I know that the EPA has something for the city of Jackson, but Jackson State, which is under IHL, has to do something as well. Like, you have to file a lawsuit because I don't know if you guys knew this, but Belhaven is seen, I want to say Belhaven was seen as a predominantly Black serving institution.
I ain't never heard about Belhaven being predominantly Black. I've always
That's
heard
what it said on there on the website, that they received funding on this. I'm gonna pull it up.
I'm just saying, I never.
I know. That's why I was like, why are they getting funding? List of post-secondary minority institutions enrolling populations with significant percentages of undergraduate minority students. Where is that list link? Oh yeah, I'm gonna show it to you. I'll be like, what? When did that happen? What is that? Why are they on there? All right, let me pull this up. I was like, what? How did that happen? What in the world? All right. Do you have it pulled? Oh, okay. You have it pulled up. So when I looked at it, I was like, why are they on there? That's when I started to think. I was like, oh, so you guys are able to give money to those type of schools. No wonder we're behind. You're going to be behind if you're fighting against schools like this. And I'm not saying that it's not good that they provide these services to Black students. I'm not saying that at all. But when you're underfunded and they take money that should be going to actual HBCUs and say, well, we're giving money to who is it? To Belhaven. So what's the problem? Can you pull it up?
Yep.
Okay, so this is just for 2022. I mean, the during the COVID years, and I don't know if the COVID years includes the grant. I don't know if they intertwine both of them or not. Like, how they're giving out grant money for COVID.
Yeah.
I don't know if it includes that because those numbers are actually astronomically bigger. Let me see if I can zoom in because you can't really see it. Let me see. View. Zoom. Can you see that better? Is it bigger? Dang, it's not even showing.
No, it's not even showing.
Showing now?
No.
Okay, let me see. Showing now or no? Are you serious?
I've seen what you was talking about that earlier.
What?
You showed me that. You showed the list.
Well, I wanted people to see it for themselves because I wanted people to see like these um institutions are they're not all of them are, you wouldn't expect them to be predominantly black institutions, but this is what I'm saying when I say we're going to be competing with these types of colleges because they actually have the resources to like not only are they getting federal funding, but they also have the resources. So that's my concern is um are we going to be competing against these, and is government going to push money to them instead of HBCUs?
Right. So, I mean, it's still gonna be an ongoing talk about this, and we shall see what
I put it up there so you can pull it up real quick.
okay. We should see what happens afterwards. But
Afterwards,
I mean, we should see. I mean, not like afterwards, but I mean, not afterwards, but I mean, like afterwards, like in the next couple of weeks or so.
You see Chicago State's up there, right?
Yeah, Chicago State is a predominantly black institution.
That's the one that
They don't
Valley.
have, but they don't have nobody to compete up there with. There's no HBCU, not even like 400 something miles away.
Do you see Belhaven, Hines, and Holmes at the Mississippi part?
Yeah, I see it now.
Belhaven, Hines, and you see how much money they got? Hines got $1.1 million. Holmes got $727,000.
And they got 288,000.
So we are competing against these institutions, right?
Right.
And they're purposely underfunding Valley, Alcorn,
In Jackson State.
and Jackson State. These folks, not only are they getting funded correctly, but they're also getting grant money from the feds. I feel some type of way about that.
Yeah, I'm gonna feel some type of way. So
Somebody said Central State and Tennessee State aren't far from Chicago State.
yeah. Well, Central State being in Ohio, but that's still like hours away though.
We all know what it is, but hey, do you see that that's what I'm saying. They must be putting in something in their system that makes them a minority school or excuse me, a minority serving school. It says that Belhaven University, the majority of the students are Black or African American. That's what it says. Somebody said it's a white Catholic school, but they said that the majority of them are, it says 52.93% of the students at Belhaven University are Black or African American.
Okay. Well, phenomenally black now. Well, hey, I got a segment. I got a segment now.
Okay.
Let's go on and give them what's our other segment
Are you being messy?
Y'all opinions.
Okay, that means
you gotta give me that.
You might be messy.
Y'all gotta give me that.
We don't have Mr. Green on here. He said we can't use his words.
Bull crap.
He said, y'all gotta pay me every time. Okay, so you about to get messy if you on y'all opinions. Go ahead.
All right, here you go. So I think first of all, let me give a shout out to my boy Craig Hall over there with Third Ward Tigers, Texas Southern. You know what I'm saying? He gonna tell you Texas Southern is in the building. First of all, why is everybody keep saying that Willie is gonna try to whitewash Jackson State in this Blue Blossom Classic in September?
Who said that?
It's a lot
said that?
It's a lot of people. It's one person I work with that
said that.
I don't know. It's just people just keep saying like they gonna we gonna lose by 50 to them.
Delusions of grandeur.
I'm just saying,
They
like,
lost 2 or 3 coaches in the last month, and you over here, and they over here saying that we gonna lose by what?
by 50.
Mr. Moore thinks you're fun. You're trying to be funny when you say Third Ward. Might want to explain Third Ward, Texas
Third,
top. He's in
Third
Louisiana.
Ward, Texas, Houston, Texas, South Side, Houston, Texas. Everybody know how. Craig, only person that knows what I'm talking about without calling the Third Ward Tigers, because they in the Third Ward.
And the Jaguars are the little what is it? The petting zoo Jaguars.
Oh my goodness, the Moomba.
Mr. Moore said he thought you were being funny.
Oh, it's Craig. Tell him Third Ward, baby. Another thing, I don't know why people is saying that South Carolina State is going to bust us head for the Me at Swag Challenge.
I'm just gonna let them keep talking. You see what I got on number 95. Look, this is Julius Reynolds, number 95, off the edge, knocking the Sonic rings out of all quarterbacks in the SWAC and South Carolina State too.
And then this is all opinions. This is y'all opinions. I ain't talking about everybody. I ain't talking about.
It's not based on something though. I need to hear something. Like I haven't been hearing anything. I know somebody from.
They come to me. I'll be at work, and most of the time
We need to get Kobe on the show one day.
Where Kobe at, man?
Not tonight, but we need to get him. Oh, it's his birthday. Not tonight, but we need to get him on. Or I might do a South Carolina State versus Jackson State, one of those like kind of like when you do a Madden game.
Ooh.
I'm gonna put the picture of the player on there, and I'm gonna put the little like agility or speed, completion percentage. Like I'm gonna put it up there. You know how you have a little green fillers?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that.
What's another thing I keep hearing?
That sounds like regular talk every day. Somebody hating. I heard we got a new wraparound on our trailer.
Yeah, I heard about that too.
We got a guard the yard type of deal. Lord, my hair every which way but right. What is it? Do you have a picture of it?
I didn't have.
Do you have it in color? Because the only one that I saw was in black and white.
I seen it, but I don't have it on.
It says "Guard the Yard" on it.
Mm-hmm.
It's our trailer. They've got it rewrapped like Christmas, like a Christmas gift.
Said when is SWAC Media Day? SWAC Media Day, July 25th.
Tuesday, July 25th. Where has Ashley Robinson been? Well, AD Ashley Robinson, he did this past week. He had some type of fundraiser at the M Bar.
Oh yeah, they did. I think they raised over. What was Zoe said? I think they raised over like $350,000, something like that. On top of what Diddy gave us in that first installment, and then probably on top of what Charles Barkley is giving us in an installment. Remember, he gave us $1 million.
Oh yeah, I think he's giving us 100,000. So it's going to be 100,000 over 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
I think that particular money doesn't go to athletics. I think that just goes towards like
general fund.
I think that goes towards like other stuff.
But still, though, it's still money towards school.
So let me pull up the jerseys that we have available. I think it's important. that everybody make sure.
Shout out to Coach Mo Williams and the men's basketball team. Um, they were at uh, Raising Cane's. Yes, was it yesterday?
Thursday.
Thursday, yeah, Thursday. 4 to 8 on North Side. I mean, in North Jackson on County Line Road. Heard it. It went real good. It was real dope. I wish I was still in Mississippi at the time.
Do you like Raising Cane's?
Do I like Raising Cane's?
Mm-hmm.
Most people in my household like Raising Cane's. We all like Raising Cane's, especially the man child that I got to send back to school. That's all you ask.
Might as well get a gift card ready. Get a gift card ready.
That's all you ask for. You either ask for Raising Cane's, McDonald's, or what's the other thing you asked for? Oh, he can't hear me. He got his headphones in. But it's those two, Raising Cane's and McDonald's. That's what he asked for. Most of the time, he'll ask for Raising Cane. Can we get Raising Cane Pop? Can we get Raising Cane Pop? You got Raising Cane money?
No, not the do you got McDonald's money. All right. Somebody in the chat asked about merch. So I wanted to make sure I shared this on behalf of, I guess, Jackson State students.
Uh-oh. Damn, we spoke up Coach Green name.
Hey, wait, hold up just a second. Pull this up first before I even have to tackle this man. You know, he takes a lot of work. Let me go ahead and share this first before he starts cooking up his opinion.
Influxer. Oh, yeah.
So this is influxermerch.com. So you hit colleges and then you hit Jackson State. And baby, they ain't playing no games, okay? They have women's basketball, football, and soccer. So on the women's basketball side, they have Maya Crump.
Mm-hmm.
Can you see that?
Yeah, I can see it.
All right. So Maya Crump. And if you guys want to support, there's so many opportunities to support these athletes, but buying their merch, they've signed a lot of Jackson State football players to date. I mean,
so you got Alan Walker.
You
got Braxton Barney, BJ Washington. You got
Cameron James. DeAndre Towns Blue, Desmond Moultrie.
Right.
Devontae Davis, Duke Miller, Evan Henry, Ezekiel Johnson, Frankie Dunn, Isaiah Spencer, Javarian Jenkins, Jeremiah Williams, Josiah Roa, Keedron Callaghan, Kieri Conley, Kirk Ford, and Rico Powers. So I'm going to send this to you so you can drop it in your chat and I can drop it in mine as well. So this is like the official merch site for a lot of our athletes, and buying a shirt from them. Like I said, this is number 95, and on the back of it, it says, "We're still here." And they have different colors. So it's an opportunity for you to be able, I'll just show you as an example.
I signed up on email and on text. So I got
signed up for what now?
Influxer.
Oh, Influxer merch. You signed up the email?
Email and I get text messages on there too.
And then if you just click on their page, it has like shirts with their number, name on the back. So right now they don't have like a jersey style right now. So they're probably working on clearance for getting like jerseys and stuff like that. So we'll see when those come about. But this is an opportunity for everybody to be able to cop some merch for your favorite player. Now, me personally, I'm just saying, rep your team and support your players.
They need all the support they can get.
Mr. Moore said, "Get him on Chicken Express, cheaper and more chicken."
Nah, you right about that though. He is correct about that. Chicken Express is cheaper. But there's no Chicken Express in Jack. I don't know if the Chicken Express is Jackson.
Don't be lowballing. That ain't right. So that's the influxer merch. So make sure you check it out. Even if you buy just 1 to 2 shirts from different players, it all goes to the bottom line. I'm sure they're working on the jerseys, which I don't know what type of clearance they need for that, but it would be dope to also have the jerseys.
You gotta get super clearance for that.
From Under Armour?
Yes, close to it. I mean, unless you just gonna do what what's the dude? He does the jerseys. He's a Jackson State alum also. I'm thinking about I got a thing on here where I can look at jerseys at
I need to email the dude from Under Armour. Like you can send us 1,000 blank jerseys so we can do the Jackson State. I mean, they did it for Shador and Shiloh.
Is Wyman is Malachi Wyman still playing? He is in the NFL supplemental draft, Fabian. So he is not in school. He got an agent. He signed with Ocean View Agency last week. I mean, this past week. So he ain't coming back to school.
Why would this person said marching 100 paparazzi? Why they don't have Steph Curry cleats? Is Steph Curry a football player?
So I would rather have Cam Newton cleats. The hell you talking about? Cam Newton still gets sponsored by Under Armour.
Well, that would be dope. Did y'all not see our world class? Have you seen those cleats? The world cleats?
Yeah, the one from
those are dope.
Yeah, they are dope.
And we had an activation with a rapper. Y'all had no shade, but for a second, one glance, I thought those were Valley colors.
Yeah, LeBron not a football.
I went up there and photoshopped those cleats and made them lighter than what they really are. They look like Valley colors.
LeBron not a football player either. He's basketball, but remember, LeBron did play football in high school, so technically, LeBron is an athlete. Right. So it doesn't even matter. Steph Curry would give the basketball team some sneakers to hoop in.
LeBron. Let me just hush. All I'm gonna say is you guys dropped a Photoshop of your shoes. I would be messy and pull up the shoes, but I'm not trying to be messy.
Those shoes look like blocks.
I did not. Who said that?
I did.
Oh, I was like, I didn't say that.
Look like Roblox.
I had put it up there and then I deleted it. I was like, no, I'm not gonna say that. They looked like
What you mean he didn't give Howard a deal. He gave Howard the men's golf team. Come on now. I'm gonna need y'all.
Pull them. They over there talking mess. Pull them up. Why they look like Valley colors.
They do
look like green and red.
They do look like Valley colors.
Green and red. Why y'all got Valley's cleats? Am I colorblind?
Where Mr. Fred? Where Mr. Steve? Where Mr. Campbell at?
Listen, so this is what they look. This is what they actually look like, right? And this is what they put out. That's false advertising. Look at that. That's false advertising. Y'all lightened it up. Y'all did some photoshopping. Y'all really got on those Mississippi Valley cleats. Who sponsors Valley? Or who's over there? Is it Nike or who is it?
Who? For Howard?
No, for Valley.
For Valley?
Are they
Valley?
Nike?
Nike. Yeah.
See? Y'all really got Valley's cleats. Y'all really have Valley cleats. Why? While y'all are over here talking mess, you really have Valley's cleats. And then when y'all put the here Mr. Campbell goes. Listen, you really have Valley's cleats. And while y'all over here talking mess, you Photoshop so that it'll look the correct type of green. And I do wear Under Armour. I have Under Armour jersey. My son has Under Armour shorts. Well, somebody said, I'm sure the snake on the shoes is a devil. And to which I said, the serpent was, standing. And then God said, get on to the flow. You're going to be smelling dirt for the rest of your life.
Wow. Come on, Mr. Campbell. You talking about Damn.
Here go Mr. Green capping for FAMU. Per usual. Coach Green don't bring no smoke this way, especially about FAMU. You need to be worried about Southern. Did you know that Southern one of the players that was committed to Jackson State decided to go to Southern? Did you see that?
Mm-mm.
I want to say his name is Ivan Thomas.
Oh.
He's a tight end.
Tight end?
Yeah.
He'd be all right.
Mr. Green, you want to talk about that? Yeah. Always capping. JSU would die to have LeBrons. Absolutely not. Those are so ugly. Not cute.
No, I would say his
are those football cleats?
Those are his first, second, and third shoes. When he came out, they fire. Like his second shoe is a retro, which
LeBron has a lot of ugly shoes, and just because his name is LeBron does not mean people want them. Yep, and we got one of y'all D-line. You hear Mr. Green bragging about getting Jackson State's leftovers. Let me not say that Ivan Thomas is a leftover because he's a brand new recruit. But do you see how much he's bragging different? So here you have him bragging about getting Jackson State players, but supposedly Jackson State didn't have that good of a this, that, and the third, but you over here bragging about it. See, that's how you know if Jason Brown would have went to Southern instead of Jackson State. That's how you know. Yeah, you know that they would have been caping like, "Ooh, we got Jason Brown. He's the best quarterback in the SWAC." That's how you know, because he's bragging about getting two of our players.
Yeah, hey, Mr. Campbell, them cleats that y'all got right there, get the Goodwill store.
Let me see if I can actually. They might not even have them. Y'all don't support the channels, but y'all will buy some shoes. That's not cute. That's
Support black
Support black businesses. Y'all go like penalty or I forgot what it's called.
This is our business right here. This is my. Ain't that your business right there? This is my business right here. This is my business. I own this.
Kier, can you pull that up? Because he said that we could get some FAMU stuff, but I don't see where we can get some FAMU stuff. Where's that?
Hold on now. Hold on now.
Where the FAMU shoes at?
Time out. Time out. Time out. Time out. Time out. Time out. I'ma say it like this. I'm gonna say it once, and I'm gonna say it. This be the only time I'm gonna say it. I don't have that man's slogan. I don't.
What slogan? What slogan is he talking about?
Anything about slogans about that? What he talking about? I don't.
Mr. Campbell, this is Nike.com. You can't send me the link. I should be able to pull it up by typing in Nike.com.
So let's get that out the way. 2, I don't shit on other schools.
Who? What are we shitting on? All I'm saying is I can't find their shoes. I want to find the Florida A&M shoes.
I'm talking about this quote. This quote March 100 paparazzi just said. I don't shit on other schools. I have pride in my university, and I have pride for all other HBCUs. So
they got your FAMU shoes on Etsy and Poshmark.
Got them dunks on. They got them dunks. Now I will rock them dunks though. I ain't gonna lie to you on that.
I'm not rocking nothing orange and green. No.
I rock orange and green.
They got your stuff on Poshmark. I don't see where you're talking about it. Okay, is this it right here? I don't see the link for it. apbstore.com. See, that's not even a Nike store, so they might be fake for all we know. Because why are you releasing them on this store? They might be fake, Coach. I mean, Mr. Campbell. Yeah, they're probably fake.
Yeah, you say you rocking.
Because why are you taking them? Is this what he's talking about? Yeah, they probably fake. Oh, I'm sorry. Why wouldn't they be fake? Because you can't buy them from the.
You see what Mr. Campbell just said?
Let me see. The only thing that we saw on sale from Chanel. Well, hey, you better cop it. Did it have his signature on it? That might be money.
Oh man. Where's the trash can? I think I found a Rashawn McKay jersey up in there.
Oh, they probably aren't for public consumption, including FAMU consumption. The last FAMU releases that they had, which they probably aren't for public consumption because when they went on the market, they were instantly sold out by bots.
What up, Austin? Austin in the building. Austin is in the building.
All I know is there's an article saying after signing the Under Armour deal with Southern, Under Armour said they would be working with other HBCUs and D2s. What is Mr. Crook talking about? Right. Why y'all mad? I don't know about you, but Steph Curry, you over here talking about he's money good. Splash, I want to wear a pair of his shoes.
I wouldn't wear a pair of his first. I wouldn't wear his first shoes. Them things look like goddamn bricks. I promise you. When they first came out,
the Steph Curry shoes. Listen,
I'm gonna tell you when they first came out, I worked their Hibbit. When they first came out,
those yellow and blue ones are fire. Look at those.
It was like freaking bricks. Like, and I understand why he was having ankle problems, man. Your whole foot is gone.
You said that listen. He has some interesting looking shoes. I'm
No,
not. I'm.
he do. He got some good shoes. Don't get me wrong. Like
I said interesting looking.
no, but what I'm saying, he do got some good
But
shoes.
he's Steph Curry.
You know what though? He appeals to the kids. He don't really appeal to adults. He appeals to the kids. Like you.
Well, I mean, the thing with Under Armour though is when it comes to sports like college athletics, Under Armour has that thing wrapped.
Oh no, yeah. Well, I'm just
in all sports.
In all sports.
But
when I'm saying in kids, Steph Curry and kids, oh yeah.
I need to get $160. Lord, my son, when his feet start getting bigger, pray for me. Pray for me. Oh, those are nice right there. I'm not even a tennis shoe type of girl. Like I wear boots in the winter, I wear flip flops in the summer.
Oh Lord. I wear sneakers all day, every day. I got about.
Oh, these are cute too. Splash Party basketball shoes.
Hold on.
They gonna be mad when Steph Curry walks into our basketball team, and yeah, that's what y'all really hating.
He asked me.
Y'all really hating.
He asked me if I had one pair of Under Armour shoes. I had slides. I am a Jordan Nike dude. I mean, why I wear all shoes though? I ain't gonna lie to you, Mr. Campbell. I wear all shoes. I got majority J's. I got Nike. I got Adidas. I got Puma. I got Champion.
Southern keep talking about these lights. They getting ready to have a rave at the Southern game. They want everybody to know they getting these blue and yellow LED lights for $1 million. I don't know one person with Curry shoes. Boots to flip flops. Now those are two opposite worlds. So is the summer and the winter. Timona's rocking those Nike Dunks. I don't even know what those are. What are those?
The shoes that look like.
There's so many different kinds, and nowadays there's so much fake stuff going on, like those FAMU shoes that we can't seem to find.
Wow, that's funny.
Maybe they're exclusive.
I mean, but I would wear Under Armour too. Like,
I'll get some Under Armour shoes to wear.
I'll get Under Armour shoes. I mean, especially if they're comfortable on my feet. Yeah, I'm gonna wear Under Armour shoes. But
it says Under Armour has a player dropping his signature cleats soon, and guess who might showcase them? Ooh! Guess who might have another activation? Ooh!
Hey, Austin.
We brag different over here.
Hey, Austin, I might have to. When my stepson come down there again for the fall, I might have to let him talk to you because he's an art major now. So
he said, "Did JSU update the lights in the vet? Did y'all update y'all bleachers? Did y'all update y'all locker rooms? Stop it." Oh no, that was the practice field. Mr. Moore is trying to be funny, but you over here talking mess, and look at all these Southern people laughing, and they spend $1 million on some blue and yellow lights. Why would you spend $1 million on blue and yellow lights? Y'all should have been spending it on, that little pathway that we had to walk.
Mm-hmm.
How the opposing team has to walk about 4 miles to get to the stadium.
Lord Jesus.
It's like they have to walk the Trail of Tears with all these mean Southern fans. Oh my goodness, they're so mean. They be like, rah, rah. It's like, dang. Over there talking about it's a good atmosphere. I'd be scared for my life. I'm not going to
do this at the stadium at Southern, man, please.
Especially when we whoop that again. Y'all like to fight. Y'all always want to fight when y'all get y'all tail whooped.
Man, everybody got some merch from Under Armour merch. I wear a size 14. Just running on up to me.
Mr. Green's talking about we need to walk.
Shoot.
We did walk in your trap, take over your trap.
Hey, we just gonna walk all over your ass. The season start, but I know one thing. I got to go get these boys something to eat, especially the man child, because he looking at me like, bruh, what's up? He looking at now. He like, bruh. He like, Pop, come on now, come on now.
Okay, they got the lights paid for. That's nice. That's nice.
Anyway,
Flashing lights,
it
lights,
was
lights.
nice. Let me just move this out the way and let y'all.
Flashing lights, 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 lights. Do do do
Anyway,
do 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 do
uh,
do.
what we got going on? Oh, I do got the interview with Aaron Webb from Mississippi Valley on Monday. Tuesday is the 4th of July. That's their holiday that they're celebrating. I'm just gonna go ahead and give me some barbecue from whoever house I'm going to after I get off of work. Hopefully I can get in touch with Coach Eddie Robinson Jr. See if I can get in touch with AD Paul Bryan from Alabama A&M. Did she say you got a FUBU jersey on? Wow.
Why would he say that? And even if I did, you need to be stop buying and start buying black.
Wow, that's
He tried to clown me and say I had a FUBU jersey on.
That's worse than them
This
Russell.
is Julius Reynolds, number 95, the defensive end / tackle at Jackson State. You drive to your Lee Stadium. Lord, them jokes get old.
It's on.
I wish they would come up with some new content and we got more ticket sales and we clear more money. So we're good. Southern always fighting. They would like to tussle. Oh, dang. I didn't know that. They said they have 3 locker rooms at Mumford and they purposely make us walk.
Yeah, they suck.
Dang. That made for good TV, though.
How about that's the jersey he saw at Ross? Wow.
Julius Reynolds. Dang, Julius Reynolds is in Ross. That's pretty good. What you doing at Ross, Mr. Green?
Let's have a Bashawn McCray jersey at Goodwill.
How about they have a jersey at Ross and it says no name on the back of it?
I'm done.
For quarterback. We don't know for quarterback.
We
still working on it. We still working on it for the fall season for quarterback.
Oh,
we're gonna try to steal one of Jackson State's another one of Jackson State players. That's what the back of your jersey says.
Wow. We just gonna put on the back of the jersey 35-0, and we out this thing.
Wait, Adrian Crook said we have a lower electricity bill, and in the words of the great Mr. Ford, you guys have the highest amount of money in the SWAC. Stop paying your coaches those poverty wages.
That gets a Draco. We gotta get up out of here. They
ain't never gonna let me go to SWAC media. I'm just playing. I didn't say it. Mr. Ford said it.
Lord Jesus. But anyway, man, look, we enjoyed everybody for coming on tonight on Saturday Night Live. You already know it's myself, Doc Holliday, and that is She Loves D, but don't call her by her government name.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Make sure y'all subscribe to both channels. Make sure that y'all like this stream and share with everybody about our content that we do for Saturday night. We got
I'm sorry, but all these folks are talking all this mess. Mr. Campbell is talking mess. They already, for the past 2 years, they've been sending Orange Blossom Classic champion shirts to Africa.
I'm done.
And the Black College title that they stole in 2021. They said they was Black College champs.
Oh, they sent that to Ukraine, and I'm out this. About this thing. Y'all be blessed. Y'all stay dangerous. Make sure y'all hydrate in this heat. Also make sure y'all wear y'all black, red, and green because we don't celebrate 4th of July. we have our own holiday. So from myself and She Loves D, we'll be back on this thing Saturday night. All right.
Peace out.
Peace out.